Well, Happy New Year, guys. We're back. It's officially 2024. You may be wondering why the hell I'm saying this. Well, because it's the first episode of the PlayCast podcast in 2024. So, belated Happy New Year. It's pretty late into the year, but hey, we're here. We're here. I said we, but I'm actually alone today, so I was trying to get some guests in, but honestly, I forgot. So maybe I wasn't trying. Kind of just slipped my mind, so I thought may as well have another solo podcast. Cheers if you watched the previous Comfy Cafe episode where I was also alone. And my hair was also like this, but and also I'm wearing the same thing basically. But it's a different day, actually. It's a different day. Yeah. It's a busy day. I was cooking today because it was my dog's birthday. I made some accordion potatoes, which I'll get back later because it kind of ties into what I've been doing, I guess. Yeah, so hey guys, welcome to this episode. Welcome to this new year of 2024. And that's really all I can say. So, congrats. Cheers. It's lemonade. Cheers to all of you. Yeah. So, since I'm all alone, may as well just jump straight into the gaming news, and I'll be checking my phone as we do, because I have a horrible memory. So, yeah. But what I do know is, may as well bring this up because I think we talked about this the previous episode, most likely. But the day before, if you guys knew what was going on, if you guys were keeping up, it's a crazy thing actually. It's really crazy. But anyways, the game's done and gone. It was literally died as fast as it came, or I guess it came pretty slow. So I don't think I can say that. But it's gone now. I believe it's off the Steam, or maybe it's still there, but the company's gone. They've filed for bankruptcy. They've shut down, and yeah, I think that's it for Fantastic, or at least that's what I thought it would be. But recently they came back with some tweets and like very emotional photo they tweeted out, I believe, with their statements. And they're basically gaslighting everybody for like bullying them and pretty much being the cause for why they can't continue to support and develop the game, which is pretty insane. It's pretty ridiculous. They did mention in their statement that Dr. Disrespect was in support of the game, I guess, or at least liked the game when he played it in launch, which I can believe. I mean, I don't think it's a horrible game, but it's very clearly, you know, what it is. It's a scam. Because in the end of the day, you ain't gonna stop developing and file for bankruptcy because some people said some mean words. And if you really knew the state of your game, then you'd understand that it's rough on launch. And they did mention in their statement that they fixed it. I don't know honestly how much they fixed, because I didn't play it, nor did I follow it as it released too much. As in, like, I didn't watch any gameplay, honestly. I mean, I saw a couple, but I didn't, like, you know, sit through a whole stream or whatnot. Just some clips. It looks like a good game. And let me fade out the desktop audio just for a second, because you were hearing my music, which I think is fine because I was talking over most of it anyways. But anyways, yeah. So I don't know, it's just very weird. I can't believe that they're still going with this. You know, they kind of already filed for bankruptcy. I can believe it because I think they're gonna come back, because they have a sort of teaser at the end of the statement, like please look forward to more or some shit. So they're probably gonna make something else because they realize a significant amount of people still somehow believe in them and are coping. So they could probably bait them again and get a bit more money, I guess. I mean, why not? I'd do it if I were in their shoes, honestly. It's a sucker's nature to be punked, is what they say, I think. Yeah, so Can't really feel bad about it. It is what it is, and if people are still gonna bite, may as well throw the fishing pole in. Okay. So that's it for that, basically. Tekken 8 released recently. I don't know why I mentioned it, honestly. I have nothing to say. I honestly don't really vibe with the fighting games. I do have Street Fighter 4, I think. Because my friends wanted to play it, so we tried it out for a second, and I realized it's not worth. I'd rather play Tekken at least. I played Tekken 7, I think. Pretty sure it was 7. Yeah, I have 7 on Steam. Just playing it. It was alright, I guess. I honestly enjoyed more playing it when I was in university. My friend would bring his laptop and we'd play it at the lunch table, and we'd be the coolest kids in the cafeteria because we were playing Tekken in the corner like a bunch of dumb fucks. So those were fun though. Those were fun. I was never really good at them. I kind of just instinctually reacted with the buttons I knew, but like I don't really know any combos or juggling techniques or whatnot. So yeah, it looks cool though. It looks cool. Tekken 8 looks fun. I feel like they're adding more AR sort of stuff, like augmented reality type thing, where you can like, you know, have sort of community hub is what I mean. And it's kind of cool. I actually like that. I kind of look for those in games, honestly, nowadays, because I feel like that's a gaming experience I never really experienced. I don't know why I said it like that, but yeah, I never really had that sort of thing myself, because I've played some MMOs recently, but back in the day, I never touched MMOs. And even as I played MMOs recently, I never really got into the community aspect of them. I think the closest I got to an MMO experience is, I mentioned this in a previous episode, but Monster Hunter. I really enjoyed Monster Hunter Iceborne. I went back at it recently, last year, 2023. But it was really fun. And I really like the sort of community, the sort of online, like the community hub, and how they made it in Iceborne is really cool. I really love it, actually. I might come back to it, actually. It's still installed on my laptop. I just haven't launched it in a while. Well, I haven't had much time to play anything really solo. So, yeah. Me and my friend have been playing Minecraft. And that's what I've been sinking my teeth in. And it is really fun, particularly because we have like 300 mods on it right now on the server we're playing at. And one of them is like a magic mod that I've really enjoyed kind of dissecting. And I feel like it's the closest I've been to theory crafting almost. Because you essentially have to... How do you even say it? You have to grind, right? You have to like... You have an innate like mana bar essentially, and to make it bigger, you need to do magic. So, but in the same time, your mana regen, like the rate at which it recovers, there's no real way to increase it. Actually, I mean, it is a real way, but you have to perform certain magic. And I mean, one of those, and what I mainly use, is the Gias. I don't know if that's an anime reference, since the mod name is Mahotsukai, which is magician in like Japanese or some shit. Mahotsukai, or magic user more directly. But Gias, you basically make a scroll and you cast it on any creature, anything with a name, like a chicken, like your friend, and you basically make it so you can't damage that person, like no matter what you do. Now you can make the scroll again, you can cast it again to undo it, but of course you have to make the scroll. By the way, I think the most important thing about this is you need 3 powders always to be able to create a spell. And these powders are like iron, emerald, gold, diamond, ender eye, ender pearls. So they're mostly rare. Like there's a powdered quartz as well. So I'd say the iron and the quartz is reasonably plentiful ones. Especially with some mods that we have which allow for farming. I mean, you could farm iron normally anyways, but you know, mods make it easier. Yeah, so it's really cool. So let's say there's this one magic where you create a magic circle, and it's like a gravity circle. So it's consistently around a 10 block radius, pulling people down. So number one, they can't go over even a 1 block height because they can't jump that high to get up, and they're slowed as they're moving. And it constantly drains mana from you, which is a bad thing, but also a good thing because now your mana is constantly increasing as well, like your maximum mana is what I'm talking about. So it's a really handy thing. So what I did is kind of just spam a bunch of it around our house. So it does two things. It keeps us safe because now the monsters will rarely be able to reach us. Actually, they can't at all because the place we chose to live in is like on top of a mountain. So, you know, if the gravity boundaries, like the gravity circles are active, they won't be able to climb the mountain because they can't go up one block because they can't jump, basically. So yeah, that's really cool. I found that really cool. Yeah, it sounds really simple saying it now, but I really enjoyed figuring out that, like, I was reading like the book they have in the mod, and you have to read, and pretty much everything you need to know is in that book, or you can know. So that's really fun. I saw the mod creator kind of encourages you not to read the book or like the spell list, but I find that insane. There's like a lot. I get why though, because reading the book, you realize there's not a whole lot of spells, but I mean, powder is pretty rare, especially. So let's say emerald powder, diamond powder, and the ender powder. So you know, you wouldn't want to constantly make all the, I mean, you can map it out, I guess, eventually. It won't be that expensive, but it'll definitely be pretty difficult. Yeah. I don't know if I mentioned this, but the Gias thing, when I was talking about earlier, I feel like I completely flew over it, but the more things you have a Gias on, like active on, it increases the mana you get per tick, essentially. So it increases the regen of your mana. So yeah, you see where I'm going at here? You basically now have a cycle of spending mana to increase your maximum mana, while also gaining mana from using a spell. So yeah, I just felt a real wave of brain cell usage when I discovered all that shit. I like thought about it. I often don't really think that hard or think at all when I play other games. Like, let's say I play League of Legends. I honestly don't really think about, oh, what item to do, what item to what now. I just buy the recommended items. I get stuff that adds damage, and that's it. I play the game. Mostly instinctually, I kind of just react to the things in front of me. So, yeah. I kind of enjoy actually using my brain for once. Yeah. Even in Monster Hunter, that's why I really love the insect glaive. Because you don't have to, or at least I find that I don't really have to prepare all that much. I guess I adjust the elemental stuff and the decorations, but the decorations you adjust no matter what weapon you play with anyway. So yeah, I'm just reducing the amount of stuff I have to think about. Because let's say, I mean, I like guns, but if I was a bowgun user, I'd have to like adjust the bullets and all that every single time I go on a hunt, which I'd find hassle. Probably. So yeah, that's just the way I play. So my co-host in the Comfy Cafe, Jazz, is kind of like the opposite. He's very thinky. I don't know why I said that. Yeah. So I'm grateful to be around people like that who can kind of cover me if we ever play games. Yeah. Basically it, really. And gaming news. Is there more gaming news? Probably is. I literally just forgot because I was blabbing. Dragon's Dogma 2, man. I can't wait for that. When is that coming out? Let me Google that real quick. Oh shit. Dragon's Dogma. I had a little phase where I wanted to play Dark Arisen, but never got to. I mean, I did a long time ago. Excuse me. but I found it really boring. But I also found Monster Hunter boring back in the day, but now I really love Monster Hunter, so I think if I went back to Dragon's Dogma, I'd actually like the combat since they're the same. But I used to think it was very slow and very Monster Hunter. Actually, no, Dragon's Dogma is still faster than Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is pretty fucking slow. But yeah, I'm pretty thankful. A new one's coming out and it looks fucking good, which I think is one of the most important things because I'm pretty choosy. I need games to look good. Holy shit, it's $70. March 22. Close, it's close. $70. Fuck. Hey. It's cool though, I guess. It's cool. I'll buy it. Probably. I'll have enough money by then. Good lord. Jesus. I think I mentioned this before, but I'm also... Well, never mind. I'll leave it for the comfy cafe. I was gonna talk about my job, but it's not really important at this point. Important part is I'm looking for more jobs. New jobs, I should say. Jesus. But anime-wise, I feel like I've mentioned this. I don't talk about this a lot when I record with Amos anyways, because he's not that big in anime. But, good lord. Apothecary Diaries, guys. Watch it. Season 2 is running right now. It's really good. It's really good. Honestly, when I started watching season 1, I literally just fell in love the first moment. Because it basically starts with the OP, right? In season 1, episode 1. And honestly, I just fell in love when she was dancing in that OP. Mau Mau. So, check it out. It's a very weird comment, but it's really good. It's really good. I'm there for the waifu, of course, but the anime itself and the story is really well written. Well paced, actually, is the most important for me. And all the characters are just great. Like, there's not a single side character I didn't enjoy, like, seeing on screen. They were all fun. They're all cool. And yeah, it's just such a pleasant watch, I think. That's why I'm rewatching it as well as I'm waiting for the next episodes. I tend to do that when I actually like an anime. Like Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War was running. I was like watching, not the OG episodes of Bleach, but I was watching, you know, that core of 1,000-Year Blood War essentially. Anyways, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's definitely a recommend. I'd recommend it to Amos if he was here. I think he'd like it. I think a lot of people would like it because it's not very anime-ish, if that makes sense. It's a solid watch. It's kind of like a detective show, basically, yeah. And I think there's a lot of K-drama and like regular shows, like live action shows that are similar to it. So it's a really good entry anime, I'd say. And speaking of the complete opposite of that, I've been pretty into Classroom of the Elite because season 3 is running this season as well. So I decided to rewatch season 1 and season 2, and now I'm caught up to season 3 as well. But now I'm just rewatching episodes of season 3. By the way, latest episode, Yamauchi is my most hated character ever. He looks like a dork, he acts like a dork, and he is a dickhead, so he can literally fuck himself. Yeah, fuck that guy. But yeah, watching the show kind of makes me realize that the age of these edgy MCs are kind of over. Like, won't really see MCs like them again. Won't really see an anime like that again. Because we've kind of moved on. Like, a lot of the newer stuff are more... Even if there is an edgy MC, right? It's not about that being consistent anymore. It's about them bettering themselves, if that makes sense. So you won't really see that sort of overpowered, edgy MC. And I'm sure you can be like, oh, you're wrong. It's like this one. But it's not the majority anymore. It's like, it's not even majority. It's not the hottest topic anymore, right? Because this sort of trend was pretty popular. You know, the Hachimans of the world. Yeah. Don't really have those. I feel. Of course, one of my other favorite anime, Dangers in My Heart, also has an NGMC, but it's not the same. It's not the same thing, right? And it doesn't really delve into him being like super smart or something like that. We don't really have stories like that anymore, I feel. It is a bit corny for this day and age. You know what I also realized this day and age? Classroom of the Elite was really fucking like rushed, actually. Like, I thought season 2 was rushed when I watched it when it released. But rewatching season 1, holy shit, there's so many. It doesn't feel rushed, I guess, because it's like early volumes. But rewatching it, there's so many scenes where Ayana Koji's like walking somewhere. And then all of a sudden he's monologuing, I'm meeting with someone, and I'm like, what the fuck? When was this established? Like, people kind of just appear, I realize. And then he's suddenly doing something. It's like, okay. I still really didn't like the beginning of season 2 of Classroom Delete, because it felt like he kept running into stuff, which is why I really didn't enjoy watching that live as it was releasing. Like, he just turned the corner and suddenly Karuiza was fucking being bullied or something, and it doesn't feel like he's earned what was going on, right? Kind of just feels like he ran into these situations and took advantage of him, as they claim. But you know, I kind of got into peace with it as I rewatched season 1, since I realized, oh, the entire show, the whole time, it's been pretty rushed. So far, season 3 doesn't feel rushed, but maybe I just got used to the sort of pacing that the show has. I enjoy the show way more now just because Kei Kareizawa is there. She's literally, I don't know, I just really like blonde anime girls for some reason. Especially characters like that, like the Gyaru types. I feel like they don't exist. They don't exist enough, I feel, you know? Like, yeah, they don't exist enough, dude. Who's that? I'm trying to remember right now. The maid. The maid in Kaguya-sama. Holy crap. How did I forget? I used to always remember her name. Kaguya-sama maid. Kaguya-sama maid. Oh my god, Hayasaka. Yes. Hayasaka. It's also one of my favorite girls. Yeah, I just really wish there's more of them in a certain R18 media, you know? Just not enough. Just not enough. It's not even not enough. It's literally non-existent. I mean, they do exist, but there's something about them, right? It's too large in certain aspects of their character. And funny enough, they're usually flat in personality and in story. And, you know, prove me wrong, guys. Send me fucking what I'm looking for, you know? Yeah. That was weird. That was weird. No, that wasn't weird. It's weird that I have to mention this because no one has made that type of character prominent in adult media. So, yeah. That's it. That's it. I don't know if you guys watched the Comfy Cafe episodes, but the previous one where I was also alone, I mentioned this, but there's a certain piece I have in recording these episodes solo, because I can have music in the background. And for the most part, you can't hear it, although you were hearing it at the beginning, because I forgot to mute my desktop audio, but it's nice. It's nice. It helps me flow better. And also since, you know, it's just my track of thought or line of thought, but it's probably boring as well, to be honest, because I don't even know what to talk about anymore. Or at least I'm trying to remember. Like, I don't have notes, man. Because even if I made notes, I wouldn't read them. But maybe the act of writing notes itself would help me, like, remember. Like, I just remember writing it down, I guess. And so I should probably do it, in fairness. Ah, that's weird. That's weird. I should probably write notes down, honestly. Just in everyday life as well. Good Lord. I'm trying to get back into learning Japanese. But it's so hard to continue the self-study thing, man. So I kind of just, procured some copies of the Genki textbooks, which I've already studied in class for university, but just reviewing them to help get me back in the groove, and also just so I have a structure. So like read this book, and you know, by the end of it, hey, I read the book. If I'm not good enough, blame the book, I guess, is literally my train of thought in that topic. So yeah, it's just so hard. Like I can't really sit here, do Anki cards, and feel that I'm doing the right things. If that makes sense. And it's very hard to do that consistently too, without any support at least. So maybe, of course, I'll go back to the Anki pretty soon, but like, you know, I want some sort of easily accessible structure that's, you know, tried and true. You know, the Genki textbooks, even though a lot of people judge it. I mean, I'll also get into the Taekim's book as well, or ebook, I should say. So that should be cool too. I think it's just a better version of Genki. I should probably read it now, honestly, like as I read Genki, because I am a bit bored as well, since I know what I'm like. I know the topics in the Genki chapters I'm reading right now, so I should probably just skip to the end. But let's see how it goes, I guess. Let's see how it goes. All right. I mean, what else is there in the news? I did hear oh shit. I mean, this isn't much news, but I've been playing League of Legends, and I realized something. Guys, if you're aspiring to rank up, very easy tip. One tip. Play Pantheon. That's it. You can play anywhere with Pantheon, but I highly suggest support, so that you're in bot lane. And the important thing is you're in bot, because the thing about League nowadays is a 3-2 vote on surrender means that the game is surrendered. You literally just lose right there if 3 people say yes to the surrender vote. So it's very important you're in bot lane, so you can at least assure that your ADC is possibly having a good game. I mean, which is hard not to do when you're covering him with Pantheon. You have a stun, you have a damage, and you literally can not get damaged for 2 seconds or some shit. So it's like, what more can you ask for? And you can literally respond to anything in the map, because you have an almost global ult where you can leap in and literally save the day or kill someone important. So, and you don't have to feel bad for taking kills or accidentally getting kills, because it's like, you're important. You're very important. Particularly in the lowish elo, since I'm like in the Japan server right now. And I'm trying to get more champions in that account. And I wouldn't say I'm smurfing, I'm just gold elo anyways in my real account. And I mean, it's not like I'm in the same server, I'm in a different server, you know? If I could just transfer my actual account there, I would. But it costs money, so I won't do that for now. So yeah, it's fun. For some reason though, every single time I do play Pantheon support, which most like 99% of the time I would do win, but also 100% of the time my ADC is at least worse than the enemy ADC. But the thing is, most of the time, like an 80% of amount of the time, my ADC literally doesn't know how to play the game almost, and the enemy ADC is literally smurfing, like they're playing Lucian or some shit, or Caitlyn, and they literally know how to play the game. And if I wasn't playing Pantheon, I don't even think I'd be able to handle it. Like even if I was Lux, which is my main, I don't think I can actually carry the game, because it's like a good Caitlyn, who's basically a mid laner anyways, I can't match it just with my Lux, you know? Like I'm good, but I'm not that good, because it's a Caitlyn plus their support. So, you know, wherein if I'm Pantheon, it's like, okay, at any point in the game, I could flash W, Q, fucking, he's dead. Even if he's like mildly fat, I can still kill him and get some bounty and get even fatter myself and become strong enough to kill anyone. I think that's the most important part. Like, I really love Morgana, her design. She looks hot as fuck. But like, she's literally useless. I mean, if you're playing with a good ADC, okay. And that's only okay, but like, you can't 1v9 with Morgana. Right? You can't even 1v2 if worst comes to worst in bot lane. Because you literally just have a root and a fucking pool of damage, which is okay. Every other support in the fucking game has that. And every other ADC can probably kill you. So it's like, okay. It's like, what can Morgana do? I literally have to stand next to people to use my ult on them. Crazy. In fairness, maybe she's better if you actually use active items. I don't use any active items, so I just built like regular mage on her. Leandri's. But yeah. It's just weird, man. But it has been fun. I've generally been happier, I'd say. Which is a good thing. And it's all that we can really hope for. So, yeah. I think I'm going to end it there because I literally can't think of anything else to say. And I don't think. I mean, there's news, but I feel like most of the news is negative. And it's not really important. Like the Pal World thing. I think Pal World is great. I've seen a couple of it. My friend likes it as well. I have controversy there, but like, it's like Pokemon. And I was wondering as well, like, how is it not sued, honestly? Because I'm sure one of their designs look very close to a Pokemon. And I think that's enough for somebody to be a bitch about it. Because you don't have to win the lawsuit. Like, but I guess the thing is that this is an actual studio as well. So it's not like an indie artist or some shit. So, you can't bully these guys that easily. But yeah, it's weird. It's cool. I think it's nice. Yeah. I don't really get the war going on against Pal World players and Pokemon players. I feel like people are manufacturing this sort of conflict where it's like, who gives a shit? It's like a video game. Dude. Just play the game. Like, I get it if they're like abusing something or something. But like, okay, if it's a good game, if it's not hurting anyone, then no need to hate, really. And yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys. See you again in the next episode. Consistent this time. Because no matter what happens, I'll at least upload or like record by myself. So see you guys next week for the Comfy Cafe episode, and 2 weeks from now for the next episode of this. And maybe there'll be someone else right here. Or right there, I mean. Or there. There. Alright. Bye-bye. GG. Goodbye.